On the topic of regulation, I had this experience coming home from San Francisco to Europe, and I tried to run our product at our company, and it just said error. You're now in Europe, so you can't use Llama 3.3 Vision because of view regulation stuff. You've decided to build your company in Europe. Are you concerned that you will be slowed down by stuff like that?
Yes, that is a horrible anecdote. I think this keeps me up at night a bit. I mean, fortunately, if you're tech literate, you can get around these things. You can, and the thing that will limit us is that we will not be able to as easily sell to European customers. Our company is incorporated in the US even. So
Mm.
I mean, everyone has those limitations. Like Llama doesn't sell to European customers because they're afraid of the consequences, and we might be as well. Like we might choose not to serve European customers,
Yep.
and I think that's more sad for the European consumers. I'm optimistic here that we are not going to be affected by these
You
regulations
as a company or you as a consumer?
yeah, me as a company,
Right.
I'm not going to be affected. But one of the reasons for that is that the voices are now very loud around this, and
Yep.
the politicians in EU, they understand that the amount of regulation that's being carried out is having negative consequences.
Mm.
And from what I'm hearing, so I was at a dinner here in Stockholm where after Sweden published this document from the AI Commission that has been created in Sweden, Ben Horowitz flew in with some of his team and collected a few politicians and tech founders. And it was clear from the politicians that they are very keen to listen to the entrepreneurs. Like they absolutely want to understand everything. And then, of course, there are some maybe perverse incentives to get your legislation through and
Yeah.
like, get your check boxes in your career that causes like some harm. But since this is now a very loud voice around this, I am pretty optimistic that this is not going to be a blocker for us.
Mm.
Yeah. Currently, it's sad for consumers. Like OpenAI operator is not available here.
Yeah, I tried to use Sora the other day and nope,
Yeah, yeah.
apparently it can't.
But on VPN you can do it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess, but I guess I didn't want to use Sora enough.
Same here.
The video thing, then maybe I would want
Right.
it more.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, on the topic of choosing Europe, why not SF? I know you went there a couple of times. You're incorporated in the US. What's the reason for choosing Europe over SF?
Well, it's a bit of a path dependence, but I'm happy about that path dependence. And but on both on the strongest argument today and the path dependence is the talent here in Europe is insanely good, and that's talent and a team that works really really well together is
Yep.
really what's needed to create a generational company. And I I like to do something challenging and prove others wrong, and I think this is a great challenge to compete with everyone who is kind of everyone is much easier to be connected with everyone else that you're
Yep.
building together with and so on if you're just going to dinners in San Francisco, for
Yep.
example. But I know it can be done here.